Good morning, everyone. Today is Friday, and I have with me a very special guest, one of our new hires. We're very excited to have Aaron Fox, who will be the assistant principal at Sequim High School starting July 1. And Aaron has been at the high school for several years, and we'll let her talk about that a little bit. But wow, moving into an assistant principal position, my hat is off to you. It's a lot of work and a lot of fun.
Yes, I'm very excited.
Oh, good. Well, we're excited that you're part of the team. So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions so we can get to know you a little bit better. So what was the best summer vacation you ever took with your family?
So growing up, my mom's family has a lake cabin on Diamond Lake. It's about 45 minutes northeast of Spokane, Washington. And every summer we would go over there. I have pictures of myself when I was just a couple months old at Diamond Lake, and it's somewhere we still go as a family. So it's just a treasured memory of time spent together with family and friends. And now as an adult, getting to experience that, but continuing to have that really quality time with my family, who are just the most important thing to me in the world.
So what kinds of activities do you do when you go over?
We do a lot. So there's a lot of bike riding, walking, and then obviously a lot of lake activities, which are my favorite. So just floating. Usually we get a boat and do water tubing and skiing and all sorts of fun stuff. So it's nice to just be able to relax, sit on the beach, get some sunshine from Eastern Washington.
And just hang out with your family.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I go?
Yes.
It sounds like a lot of fun. Thank you. What book are you currently reading right now?
Well, I am one of those people who usually am reading 2 or 3 books at a time. And then I love Audible. I also am listening to books a lot. So right now I'm reading The Year of Living Danishly, My 12 Months Unearthing the Secrets of the World's Happiest Country by Helen Russell, and a book called Next Year in Havana by Chantel Clayton.
Wow, both of those sound great.
They are.
I love Denmark.
Yeah.
I think it has got to be one of the most beautiful places on the planet.
I've never been, but after exploring this book, I'm like, oh my goodness, I am so interested in it.
Well, the nice part about Europe is you can take trains everywhere, and you can take fast trains everywhere. And I remember, I've only been a couple of times, but I have relatives over there, and one of my relatives is, or was, he's retired now, but a travel agent, and you have to go through a lot of training to be a travel agent. And so he would find us these deals, but we flew from London to Stockholm for $61.
Wow.
I know. It was
amazing.
And I tell you, SAS at that time was just a lovely airline. So I don't know what they're like today because I haven't been on them for a while. But anyway, sounds like fun.
Yes.
All right. What do you do? Well, you kind of talked about a little bit what you do to relax and recharge in the summer, but how about the school year? Because there isn't really an opportunity to go boating and
yes,
go over to your lake cabin.
It would be a little chilly. It's a rustic cabin too, so it's not insulated. And I've spent a couple summers at my winters at my cabin, and it is very cold. So I think growing up in Sequim, I didn't necessarily appreciate the natural beauty that we have around us. And now coming back here as an adult, that's a huge thing I do to relax and recharge, is just get into nature, whether it's just a simple walk on the Dungeness Schoolhouse levee or going to Port Williams or going up to Hurricane Ridge, just kind of being in nature. One of my new activities or hobbies, if you will, is birding. So I have a life list that I'm working on getting different birds. Katie Ward, actually one of our teachers here at the high school, inspired me. And it's been really fun just to learn how to appreciate just the here and now. I'm not traveling all over the world to see birds, but I'm seeing these kind of amazing creatures like a Western tanager, which is so incredibly colorful, just right here in Sequim. It's kind of given me a new appreciation for being right here.
Well, and I bet when you look out the window and you see a bird you can recognize, you go, I know what it is.
Exactly. I'm like, yes, I'm a birder. It's been about 2 months, so my knowledge is limited, but growing.
Well, good. Well, we all have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
The other thing I was going to tell you is I am from Arizona, and there is a huge birding culture down there, and it's up in Madera Canyon. So if you ever get to Tucson, you have to go to Madera Canyon and do birding, because when I was there in April, there were so many birders. We had to get out and walk. We couldn't drive our car.
Wow.
Because there were so many birds. Yes, it is a huge huge venue for birding.
That's so much fun.
Yeah. So as you start to expand your, your geographic locations where you're birding, check that out.
Okay.
What are you looking forward to the most in your first year as assistant principal at the high school?
I'm looking forward to just kind of having a new challenge in front of me. I like to identify maybe challenges and how to go about creating a structure to really create change in an environment. I've been a school counselor now this is my 16th year, so I'm excited to try something different. And I feel like I can make a change and make a difference at Sequim High School. I'm so excited to be back somewhere where I grew up, where I graduated from, and be able to affect change here. I feel like I've developed relationships, and I think those will help me to continue on and explore this new challenge. And then another thing that's maybe not exciting, but something that I know needs to be tackled is just addressing that we have all just kind of undergone a collective trauma. COVID was hard. A global pandemic, living through it was so challenging. And as a staff, as a community, and especially our students, what do they need to get back on track to have that sense of hope again, that they can have a future, that this hasn't derailed them, it hasn't affected them for a lifetime, that we're going to help them get back on track. And there's still hope that they can do whatever they want to do with their future.
Well, good. Well, thank you. And last night at the awards ceremony for the seniors, there was palpable hope in the room.
Yes.
It was just fabulous to see, from the very first young man who got the basketball to the very end who shot the basketball, the young lady who shot the basketball and made her 3 points.
Yes.
So it was, and everything in between. But it was lovely just to see the hope they have for the future and the investment that people have made in their future.
Absolutely.
So
It's so inspiring.
So we're excited to have you, and
Thank
we
you.
just want to say thank you for coming on board with the administrative team. And for those of you in Sequim, we wish you a wonderful Friday, and we will be back here next week.
Join us next week as we continue with the series, New to the Sequim School District. Thank you for joining us today, and have a fantastic Friday, Sequim.